So, good evening and welcome everyone who are tuning in live for this opening ceremony. We are very thankful for your presence. By the time we understand that our audience knows, many of us know that what a hackathon actually is, and that a better word for hackathon is to solve and to build, and not just the word hack. So, in today's live stream, we would not be talking much about hackathon in general, but specifically, we would be covering in and out of our annual hackathon, HackNITP, which is being delivered by HackSlash Developers Club in association with Google Developer Students Club. So, next slide. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Cecil. So, HackNITP is an annual hackathon at National Institute of Technology, Patna, and it is a 48-hour long software-based hackathon where students will virtually gather around to address some real-world problems relating to education, healthcare, sustainable development, etc. And HackSlash believes in create and innovate, and so does HackNITP. We want to know that what is the best we could make of ourselves and the resources we have around us. So we are looking for new ways to empower developers and support our growing community. So this year we have it as HackNITP 4.0. We have been organizing this hackathon for the last 3 years with a very amazing experience. The responses received from everyone, whether it be our participants or our mentors or sponsors or judges, everyone who was a part of our HackNITP, they had a really amazing experience. The responses received were exemplary, and this is all possible because of your support. So please do participate actively, and while we deliver our quality time to you, so please be active, and please do participate. Also, there's an important announcement that the registration deadline, which was closed, but it has been extended till today midnight, that is 11th of February 11th of February midnight. So anyone who is willing to register, who has missed their chance, this is your chance, this is your opportunity. This 48-hour long event could help you to learn so much, and so help us give a chance to grow with you, to learn with you. Cecil, yes, thank you. So now moving on, here's our agenda for today. We will be discussing about the various tracks and themes you could choose from for developing your project, for developing whatever you are solving, whatever problem you are solving. So those who attended the info session would be having a slight glimpse of what these tracks and themes are. But again, no worries, we would be repeating this for you, for your sake. And next, we would have a discussion for prizes. The prizes we have: prizes for runner-ups, prizes for participation, prizes for all girls team, best girls team. So this is something that will cheer you up. This will cheer you up to put your 101% effort, and that is what we want, guys, from you. We want your winning zeal. So please do participate actively. Next, we have instructions. We will be discussing about the instructions and rules, community guidelines, some specific Discord instructions, mentorship details. Everything would be discussed here. Timeline would be discussed in detail, we would be giving a brief overview of what your next 48 hours would be. Fun events during the hackathon would also be revealed today, what those fun events are. So, and as participants, you should know that who the judges are and what is the judging criteria. So we will also have a discussion over evaluation and your submission, that how you are supposed to submit your project, and what are the things we are considering while evaluating, while judging your project. What judging team will consider. So your each and every doubt regarding HackNITP 4.0 will be solved in today's session. It would all be cleared here. So just be active throughout the session, and you could keep dropping all your queries meanwhile in our live chat box. Moving on, we have a certain set of themes you could build in. So these you have to choose any one of them. So the first one is education, anything under the ed tech sector. Next is employability, make people find and reach out for jobs easier. That is the aim. Food, you could do anything for food availability and food availability, which could make food arrangement easier, food management easier. We have healthcare, we have social security and awareness, we have sustainable development. And if in any case you have an idea which does not falls under any of these category, then no worries, we have open innovation for you. uh, just the thing is that whatever project you are doing under open innovation, it should solve a problem. uh, Solving a problem for a hackathon is a must thing to be done. So that is for sure that you need to solve a problem. It could be under any one of these themes. Now, once you are done choosing the theme, you need to choose a proper tech stack. So your project must have at least one of these tech stacks. It could either be web development, app development, or machine learning and artificial intelligence, blockchain, augmented reality, and virtual reality. So your project to be evaluated, you have to build your project involving any one of these tech stacks, or it won't be evaluated. So please keep this in mind. This is an important thing. Now we have some special tracks, and these special tracks have special prizes for them. So if your project is based on Ethereum, then you may end up winning the special track prize by Polygon. And for special track prize by Force, you have to work on some existing app or service, and your project should not involve many usage of third-party APIs. So same applies for other track prizes as well. The best project on Tezos could win the special track prize by Tezos. And so for other track prizes, you could also refer to our rulebook available on our website for proper details. And one important detail that should not be missed is that projects eligible for these track prizes would be evaluated by these companies and not by our judging team. So this was an important detail which should not be missed. And for proper details of these track prices, you could refer to the rule book. Like how could your project be eligible for this track price? Moving on to next slide. Yes. So now I invite Avinash. He would take forward and tell us that what are the prizes we have in for Hack and ITP. So Avinash, please continue forward.
Thank you, Tanvi. So, good evening, everyone. This is Avinash, and I'll be telling you about the prizes that will be awarded in this fourth edition of HackNITP. Because prizes is something that always drives us to win a competition or at least participate in it for that matter. So, coming straight to it, you will be amazed to know that the total prize pool of the hackathon this year is worth over 6 lakhs. So, the prizes for the winners are uh, 10,000 is the cash prize. Then there is a $350 worth of digital ocean credits and a clerky lifetime package which can help the winning team build a startup around that project. A lifetime tasked workspace upgrade and a 1 year license of Azure RP team plan. A sketch standard license with 1 year validity which is valued at $99 and a 1200 geeks for geeks discount coupon which will surely help them in mastering their programming skills. A Wolfram award letter comprising of a 1 year subscription to Wolfram, one personal edition and 1 year subscription to Wolfram, and Alpha Pro worth of $375 for each of members of the team. And the swag packs will also be given to each members, and of course a certificate of excellence. Next slide, Sazul. Yeah, so now coming to the prizes for the first runners up. So the cash prize is 8,000 rupees and 225 US dollars digital ocean credits, a lifetime tasked workspace upgrade, 1 year license of Xure RP team plan, a sketch standard license with 1 year validity, which is valued at 99 US dollars, at 800 gigs for gigs discount coupon, a Wolfram award letter comprising of a 1 year subscription to Wolfram and one personal edition and a year of subscription to Wolfram, Alpha Pro worth of $375 for each members of the team, and again the swag packs will also be awarded to them for each member and a certificate of excellence. Now for the second runners up, there is a 5,000 cash prize and a $225 digital ocean credits and the $100 60-day free trial plus $125 digital ocean credits and a lifetime tasked workspace upgrade, a 1 year license of Xure RP team plan, a sketch standard license with 1 year validity, and a 500 worth of GFG discount coupon, a Wolfram award letter comprising of a 1 year subscription to Wolfram and one personal edition and a year subscription to Wolfram and more than $375 worth of Ultra Pro and swag packs for each members and a certificate of excellence. So now coming for the top all girls team prize, and the criteria first is for the top all girls team prize to be distributed is that there has to be at least participation of 5 teams comprising of all girls, and the prizes are 2,500 rupees in cash prize, $100 digital ocean credits, and a 60-day free trial of digital ocean as well, a 5 year tasked workspace upgrade, a 1 month free access to all business plan features of Echo 3D platform, a 300 worth of gigs for weeks discount coupon, and a 1 month access to all courses on interview cake, a voice flow professional license coupon which is valued at $49 per month, a 30-day free license to Wolfram, and all participants can download and use Sketch software for free during the hackathon, and of course a certificate of excellence will also be given to them. And now for if you are thinking that if somehow you miss out on winning in this hackathon, then don't worry, you won't be leaving empty handed because we have prizes for all the participants as well. So we have $100 digital ocean credits and a 60-day free trial for them, a 5 year free tasked workspace upgrade, 1 month free access to all business plan features of the Echo 3D platform, a 300 gigs discount coupon, a 1 month access to all courses on interview cake, a VoiceFlow professional license coupon which is valued at $49 per month, a 30-day free license to Wolfram, and all participants can download and use Sketch software for free during the hackathon, and a certificate of participation as well. Next slide. So now coming to the special tracks prizes. So we have total 5 special tracks: Polygon, Tezos, Filecoin, and FOSS also. And so the coming to the first track prize, there is Polygon. So Polygon, you will be rewarded 10,000 worth of rupees if you have the best hack built on Ethereum, and a 50,000 best hack built for on Ethereum plus Polygon. A seed funding of $500 will also be provided for the winners, and a internship and full times roles opportunities will also be given to each member of the team. And for Tezos special track, there is a 20,000 cash prize for best tab built on Tezos, and a continuity grant opportunity of 5,000 USD dollars, and exclusive swag kits on valid submissions will also be given. And for Filecoin, there is a 20,000 cash prize for the best use of IPFS or Filecoin. Next slide. Yeah, for so now coming to Cello. So Cello will also give you a 20,000 cash prize for best app built on Cello and a continuity support as well. And for FOSS, you have to build a new FOSS app, a tool or library, or even an alternative app to any popular app or service will also work. And you can also extend and improve an existing project or library, but you have to make sure that the app or project that you have to make sure that the don'ts given here, that an app or project that extensively uses proprietary service or API doesn't involve in that project. Yeah, so now coming to the rules part, there are some rules which you have to strictly follow during the entire hackathon. And the first one is you have to choose at least one track first and then the themes. And it is mandatory for you to join the HackSlash Discord server before the hackathon starts and get your private team channel on the Discord. And if even if you are a solo participant, then also you have to make sure that you get your team channel. And if you somehow don't know about the whole process of making a dedicated team channel, then don't worry, it will be later be told in the session. And you have to make sure that you don't try to contact any of the judges or mentors or organizers personally. All the conversation will happen on Discord itself. So if you have any doubts or queries, just tag the organizers, or you if you need in the help in some help in your project, then you can tag ask for the mentorship program as well. Now, like I said, all the participants can get help and support in their private channel. So these are some of the rules you have to keep in mind. So now that's it. That was it from my side. Now Tanvi will take you forward from here. Thank you.
Very well, Avinash, and thank you for all the details. Thank you so much. So, moving on, we have the community guidelines here. This community's guideline is basically the do's and don'ts of our community. As a community, we want you to abide by our rules. So, please go through this. It would be available on our Discord server, would also be shared with you in the live chat. And you are expected to be direct and professional while talking to others. No personal messages would be entertained, and violation of any of the guideline may lead to ban or disqualification of your team. So please go through it once, and please be professional. Please keep it professional. Can we have the next slide, please? Yes, thank you. So any team either participating solo or in a team, they are expected to join our Discord server, because all the communication, whether it be with the judges or it be the mentors, everything would be done on Discord. All the activities, all the games, everything would be updated on Discord. So it is mandatory to join the Discord server. And even for the mid evaluation, you would have to be available on the Discord with your team, so that we could have a one to one talk with you, like what is your project about and everything. So joining the Discord server is a mandatory thing to be done. And of course, please also remember the community guidelines we have, and please keep it professional also on Discord. Okay, next. So once you are done joining our Discord server, you need to have your own team channel or a solo channel for you. So you would have to get it from this. You could see the screenshot here. So you need to request for a team channel by clicking on the Get Private Team channel in this HS support ticket channel. So then one of our moderator would consider your request. You Can we have the next slide? uh, After you are done clicking this button, get private team channel, yes, so then uh, this would be the message you would get. So this would request that, hey, you have to give your team name and the members name and their corresponding discord ids. So you have to drop all the details which you have already done or given on your Deffolio account. So you need to give all the details to us, and one of our moderator, one of our member would creating a team channel for you or a solo channel for you, and you are expected to do all the communications there, all the communications, so that it could be transparent for us to understand what is going on. It would be a better way of evaluating your projects and evaluating your submissions. So this was it. Once you are done, once your team channel would be created, this would be the page. This would be the page. Welcome to hashtag team insert name here. So here would be your team name, and all your members would be present in this team channel. And for you're expected to do all the communications here. Apart from that, on the day we have the mid evaluation, the judges will come and maybe have a one-to-one talk for 5 minutes or so, something like that. Then you would need to join the voice channel. So when you get your own team channel, you would also get a voice channel, and on the day of evaluation you would need to join that for all the evaluation purpose. So hope you got my point. Same applies for the solo channel as well. So please do join our discord server. Apart from that, uh, yes, so now we have the fun event. So Cecil will take over from here. Cecil, please continue.
Thank you, Tanvi. So, HackNITP is not just about hacking and serious coding, but it is also about having fun and expanding network. So here we are with some of our fun events. We have already started with our first contest, that is the ultimate meme contest. If you have not known about this earlier, then you still have a chance. Just check out the hashtag memes channel on Discord. Next, we have sketchful.io, and I'm pretty sure that many of you might have played it earlier. But today, we will be playing it on a large scale, so make sure you join on time. That is at 10 p.m. today. Next on the list, we have technical quiz. This will be conducted tomorrow, 2 p.m. And the questions will be related to development, blockchain, DSA, aptitude, etc. After that, we will be having Stumble Guys tomorrow, 9 or 10 p.m. It is a multiplayer knockout game, and we will be conducting it tomorrow. And we want each one of you to just participate with full enthusiasm and join using their Discord usernames. After that, we will be having on 13th afternoon a non-technical quiz, which in which the questions would be related to Hack and ITP or any hackathon or web series, movies, etc. So these were some of our main fun events that we will be specifically conducting for the hackathon. Apart from these, also you can see many more channels related to games like Hangman, Hand Cricket, Chess, etc. And these channels are pretty active, so you can check them out. Apart from that, you will get all the notifications about the fun events on the announcement channel as well as the games channel. So make sure you just turn on the notifications. From here, I'll just hand over to Paritosh, sir. Please take over.
Thank you, Sajal. So I hope all have got about the insights regarding Hack and ITP and the fun events too. So now here we come the main thing, that is the timeline part. What will happen in the next 48 hours that will be the most important for you. So first of all, the hackathon will start at 6 p.m. today. So and it will end at 6 p.m. on 13th. That is 48 hours duration. In between these 48 hours, there will be fun events which will be conducted. There would be mentorship slots that would be assigned to you for your help. And the most important thing is the mid evaluation. So mid evaluations would start at 12 February 4 p.m. And before mid evaluation starts, there would be a list of tentative time slots that would be provided to each and every team as well as the solo participants. So you have to be present at that time slot and for the mid evaluation of your project. And if you misses out on your mid evaluation, you need to contact the organizers as soon as possible, because it is the most important part, because it carries a score for your project as well. So after we will talk about it later again. Next, after the hackathon will end, there will be a 24 hours community review window that will basically be a period for both. Like you can go through all the submission that were made during the hackathon period, and you can review those. You can like those submission on the portfolio dashboard only, and you can even comment if you like any project. Apart from that, if you find any project that is plagiarized, or that needs to be reported, or that has been submitted in any previous hackathon, you are directed that you kindly report such submissions to the organizers as soon as possible. And this community review window will end at 14 February 6 p.m. That is 24 hours. But even if after that time period, if you found any such projects that is violating the terms and condition, you are requested that you can directly report it to the organizers, either through your team channel, or you can open a support ticket, or you can even mail to us. Now after this window will end, there will be some gap before we release the results, because the results is that you all will be exciting, will all will be waiting for after this whole hacking period. And so results for the hackathon, as well as the all fun events that will be conducted, for all the winners, that will be announced in the closing ceremony at 20th Feb 6 p.m. again. So you will need to join there and see all the submission, that great submission that will be having in this hackathon. So moving forward, we have as we have talked about the evaluation round. So there will be two evaluation round. First will be mid evaluation, second would be final evaluation. The mid evaluation will have a weightage of 40%, and the final evaluation will be having a weightage of 60%. So as said, it will mid evaluation will start at 4 p.m. That is approximately 24 hours from now, and 22 hours from the start of the hackathon. So there would be a time slot of 10 minutes provided to each and every team. In those 10 minutes, 5 10 minutes would be allotted for you to present your idea and your project, your progress to the judges. And after those 5 minutes, judges will take a Q&A or Q&A with related to your project, your presentation. And then they will score you on the basis of the judging criteria that has been already uh, circulated to you, and it will be discussed again. So now the question is where this mid evaluation will take place. So this will take place at the Discord server itself, but there can be two scenarios. First is for the teams, like teams having members 1 to 4, or the teams that those channels has been created already. So for them, there as already said by Tanvi, along with the text channel, they were also being allotted a voice channel for them. So for those teams, the mid evaluation would take place on their voice channel itself. You need to join and be present at the scheduled time slot that will be assigned to you, and we would be coming out with the judges at that time. And for the solo participant, there would be a stage channel that will be created, and created today itself. And there would be two channel. One would be a lobby channel where all the solo participants need to be present, and definitely at their time slot, and we will be calling out the names of the participants according to their assigned time slot, and we will be moving them to the actual judging room. You just need to join the lobby channel, and whenever you are asked about, let's say I have called a user XYZ, then he or she may need to raise his hands, and just we will figure it out and move it to the main room of judging. So that is regarding the mid evaluation, how it will take place. And this again telling that uh, if you do not participate in any round of evaluation, then it will be totally your responsibility, and you will be losing your 40% marks for the mid if you misses out on this, or 60% marks on final if you don't submit a hack at the end. And so again, final submission, since it will be done after the submission will end at 13th Feb. So every submission will also be analyzed carefully for any kind of plagiarism or any violation of term and conditions of the hackathon. So moving ahead, we have definitely submission guidelines, like what you need to submit at after the 48 hours hacking period, or like before the submission closes, basically. So it will consist of three things: GitHub repository that will consist of your code, then a presentation deck and a video pitch. Presentation deck will have your ideas and workflow diagrams. Video pitch will be basically you, since it will be judged at a later date where judges won't be present live, and you don't need to be present live or present it again to the judges. That's why we are asking for a video presentation, and we will talk about it again in the next slide. And then the submission deadline is 13th February, 6 p.m., and it will not be extended. So make sure that you are you're submitting a project, wrapping up at least 1 hour before, that is 5 p.m., because last don't wait for the last minute. Anything may happen. It may occur an internet connection issue, so or maybe any other issue may arise. So make sure you allot or a good amount of time before the submission deadline. Lastly, the presentation files, the video pitch, both files need to be public. And so if any of the files are private, then it won't be evaluated by judges. And so it may lead to low scoring as well. So make sure you are also setting the privacy to public. Then we are talking about the repository. So repository should be freshly created after the hackathon start. That is after 6 p.m. today. If any repository is found that has been created before 6 p.m., that is the hackathon starts today, then it will definitely violate the terms of the hackathon. So make sure you are starting out with a fresh repository. Next is the repository should be public and it should not be private. You can cross check again before submitting the link of the repository that it is set to public. And also note that it should not be made private during the whole till the declaration of results, basically, because in case you have made it private and judges are evaluating your project, they will not be able to go through your code base, and thus it may lead to low scoring as well. Nextly, what we have to include in presentation, it will consist of your idea, basically your use cases, where your project could be applied, what are the problems you are solving, how your problem could be different, how your solution could be different from the existing solution, if there exist any, or any kind of dependencies that you are using the project. Another thing is that you should also include a workflow diagram of your project. I guess you all know about the workflow diagram. It is basically a step-by high-level overview of how your project is working. And let's say if I take an example, you have a processing, payment processing. Like let's say you go to Domino's, then if you are a new customer, then he or she would ask your phone number as well as your profile information, and then he will create a new user and then process your order. So, and if you were the existing customer, they will only ask your phone number and they will fetch the old profile records and then complete the order. So you can see a pretty simple workflow is there. Similarly, there will be a workflow in every project, but you need to also include it in the slides. And also, if you need help, there are many design software that will help you to make the workflow very quickly. So you can use those. Lastly, the slide should not exceed 10. 10 is a very like large number in that sense, but 4 or 5 is good. Moving next, we have the pitching. That is, in the pitching, you are advised that you show whatever you have built during the hackathon. It may also happen that some of the teams or the participants were not able to finish their projects at the till the end, till the hackathon end. But don't worry, you are advised that you even whatever you have done in this 48 hours, you honestly present this in to the judges in a recorded form, whether it's completed or not, because uh, it happens sometimes that you are not able to submit. But don't get demotivated and um, refrain from submitting. Please go ahead and submit your project, whatever you have made. And just a minute. Yeah. Another thing was that the presentation pitching video pitching should not exceed 10 minutes limit. 10 minutes is a hard limit, so don't try to exceed that much. 6 to 8 minutes is fine. So you can record that pitch in that duration. Lastly is the README file of your GitHub repository. So it should, first of all, it should list out the project name. And after that, on the top only, you have to include the links to your presentation, the presentation deck, the video pitch at the top. Also, if you have any project that also has been deployed, then you can include the deployment link there so that it may be easy for judges to assess your projects. Another thing is that if there are any setup instructions that are required to run your project, and it should also be mentioned in the README file. And also you have to list the dependencies that you have used in the project. And lastly, how your project or hack is working. And another additional thing is that if your project allows generating executables like Android APKs or jars file, then you can include those or store those file in the Google Drive or any cloud platform storage, or in the GitHub repository if it comes under the size limit. And you have to also include the link in the README if you are including any executables. Now moving ahead, um, we have to talk about submission on Devfolio because it is important. Submission on Devfolio would ask you whenever you are going to submit at the end of the hackathon, near the end of the hackathon. So you would be asked few details. First of all is the project name, name of a project. Next, you will be asked about the tagline. Tagline is basically a one-line introduction, elevator pitch of your project. Next, the problem it solved. The problem your hack is solving. The problem you are addressing to solve by your solution. So that needs to be written there. Another thing is that challenges I ran into. So this is basically in this 48 hours, whatever challenges you have run into, it may be anything. You can write it down in this field. Next is technologies that you have used. Let's say, for example, it could be HTML, CSS, React.js, if it is a or Node.js, if it is a break project, or any kind of technologies that are used in a project. You have to list them down here in this field. And then comes the link section where you have to include the link to your GitHub repository, your video pitch, your presentation. These three links needs to be included. And make sure all the things are private. And lastly is the picture. So picture, you are allowed to upload maximum of 5 pictures. And the first picture that you will upload would be treated as a cover image for your project. And size limit of the screenshots of the picture or your project would be 1 MB. And so this is a on the right side you can see a simple demonstration that how your submission would look like after the hackathon on their folio website. So at the top, there would be built at HackNITP 4.0. Then comes the title, then the elevator pitch. Then at the right corner, you can see the name of the ID, the folio ID of the your teammates. If you are in a team of 4, there would be 4 IDs, or if you are solo, there would be it would display only one ID. Moving ahead, yes, how you have to submit it on. Yeah, I guess GIF is not able to be not being played. Just a minute. Yeah. So this is how it will look like. You can once see the screen. Yeah, this is important. That is the applicable track. So if you are applying for any special track, so that would be listed here, and you have to check box whatever tracks you have applied for you have chosen for your project. Because later after submission, it won't be allowed to make any changes. And so this is how you will submit your project on the folio. Moving next. Yeah, so team submission, the only difference would be before submitting a project for judging, you have to make sure that all your team members are present. Let this video file run and go little ahead. This is the applicable special tracks. This is how you will review changes and save the project. And lastly, you can see the team members. So there are two members in this picture. And lastly, you can edit or delete your submission. And once you are comfortable with whatever content you have included, you can save it the project. And don't forget to submit the project for judging. Most of the it happens that most of the individual just save the project and don't submit for judging. And so don't make that mistake. You have to also submit the project for judging. Then only it would be considered for the final evaluation. So moving ahead, next. Yeah, we have the judging criteria. So judging criteria is basically we have the 5 criteria that will be scored separately, and that weightage is now disclosed to the participant. So first criteria is the idea. So how effective is your idea, or what is the problem that is being addressed by your solution? And if there are any existing solution available, so how it is different from them. Next, it will assess the project on implementation. So, okay, you have got the solution or the idea for your project, but are you able to actually implement it in this hackathon or not? And if yes, then how effective are you in that whole process? And also to note here that how challenging it was for you to implement. So this things would be assessed under implementation criteria. Then is the design part. Design should not be confused with user design or this good looking presentation. It should be it is basically user experience oriented. So let's say every project has a target audience. It may be a general user, it may be a IT professional, or maybe technical professional, but there has to be a target user. So whatever your target user is, this criteria will access whether your project is user friendly, or how is the user experience for that target individual, that target audience that your project is referring to. Next, we have the presentation. So even if it is said that even if your project or hack is very awesome, but if you don't present it well, if you don't highlight the features, if you don't make them feel that your project is like top notch, then even being a top notch project, it may come at some lower ranks than it should be. So make sure you also provide ample time in your presentation, in your pitching, especially while explaining, and also while in your readme file, how you provide the information about your project, so that whenever judges are evaluating, they may get to know bits and pieces of each and everything that you need to tell them. And last is the adaptability, that is the future prospects. So, what is the scalability of the project? How this project could be scalable, or could be scalable to real world implementation or solution? Is it really viable or not? So, this kind of things will come under adaptability. So, I hope this would be clear. Moving next, we have the judging criteria, that is special tracks. and uh, you have to, I guess, the links for the special tracks submission guidelines are included in rulebook for each of the special track, and you have to go through the submission guidelines once again for those each of the tracks whichever you are choosing, because some of the tracks have a different submission guideline, not very much different, but a little bit. Like one, I guess, was that videos should be less than 3 minutes. So this kind of thing you have to take care, and you can read about it for whichever track you are choosing. And this awarding the prizes for the special track would completely be directed by the company team, and it's upon them whether they choose which projects to be eligible for the prize or not. So moving ahead, okay, so we have covered all the evaluation part, all the judging criteria, and so we have the check-in form basically. So check-in form would be circulated today after the hackathon start. So every solo participant, whether it's solo or a team, you have to fill it the check-in form. It will, if you are a team, then team leader needs to fill the form, and if you are a solo participant, then definitely you have to fill the form. And the form will contain details like your team name and your team members details, your GitHub project URL, and some more details regarding your Discord IDs and all. And this form would be open till the mid evaluation starts, like tentatively tomorrow 2 p.m. And so you have to finish it and fill it up before that period. And also one thing to note here is that there you can make changes to your team right now in Defalio, but once you submit the form, you should not make any changes on the team section in Defalio. If you are doing so, then you have to take permission from organizers, because at the end, if we may find that you have filled in the check-in form like your team participant or someone else, and in the Defalio registration someone else is there, so it may lead to conflict, and so there will maybe issue arises for you at the end of the hackathon. So if you are doing any changes, to it today only, and then fill the form. Lastly, form link is displayed on the screen. It will be shared in the Discord channel as well after this session. Okay, so we have talked about mentorship. So how would you get mentorship, and what will be the time slot? So first of all, first question is how. So in your team channel itself, you have to tag moderators, whether you need mentors or not. So once you tag mentors, they will be notified, and we will reach out to you as we will try to reach out to you as soon as possible. So you have to have patience and wait for our reply. And once we acknowledge your request, we will assign a mentor to you. Also, mentorship could be available or provided at a specific time slots only. And so there are two time slots for the hackathon. That is 12 February from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. That is 2 hours. And similarly on 30th February, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So 2 hours session slots would be available, where mentors will be available to help you out. So keep all your queries and doubts uh, for the slots, and you can ask your and take help from the mentors during these time slots. And next we have, yeah, so Sajal, could you please take over from here? Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So, a hackathon is nothing without its judges. So, now we hereby introduce you to our respectful jury, starting with Kaustubh Karkare, sir. He's a senior software engineer at Meta Platforms. Next, we have Vineet Sadev. He's software engineer at Postman. Abhinav, sir, who is a software development engineer at Amazon. Uh, yes. Next, we have Amir Jhan, sir, who is a senior software development engineer at HackerRank. Madhav Bhal, sir, who is a software engineer at Microsoft. Kaustubh Maske Patil, sir, who is a software developer at Force United. Then we have Shreya Singh, who is a software development engineer at Amazon. Manish Kumar Vats, who is a Android developer at Fruitful. Next, we have Akash Bajpai sir, who is a associate software engineer at Lois India. And lastly, we have Dominic sir, who is the product manager at Blue Optima. Now, we would like to remind once again that the registrations have last date for registration has been extended, and we are now accepting registrations again till tonight. So make sure if you have missed this chance, then do apply again. Lastly, this Hack ITP would have not been possible without its sponsors. So a big shout out to them. Here we have our title sponsor, that is DigitalOcean. Then our associate sponsors Postman, First United, Devfolio, Tezos, Filecoin, Cello, and Polygon. Then we have our sub-event sponsors, that is Eco3D, Wolfram Language, Interview Cake, Azure, Sketch, VoiceFlow, GitHub, Taskade, Geeks for Geeks, and Clerky. And lastly, we have our certificate sponsor, Give My Certificate. Now it's time to answer all your doubts. So feel free to put them in the chat box and we will be more than happy to answer them. Okay, so I see there was a doubt that can we host the project and submit the link. So as it is already answered, but the thing is that you can definitely do that, but it is important to submit your GitHub repository. So definitely you can host and include the link in the repository itself. Any more questions?
Okay, we will wait for 1 minute. If you guys have any question, you can ask us, or else we will wrap up the session after 1 minute. So I guess there are no more queries. So here is the Discord invite link that has been already shared in the chat box and many times from the from the emails. So you need to join the Discord server as soon as possible because hackathon would be starting soon. Next, we will be sharing out the check-in form as well, and it will go live at 6 p.m. and it will close tomorrow at 2 p.m. So you need to make sure that you are filling it appropriately without any mistakes and within the time limit that has been provided. So yeah, these are the some of the social media links that you can connect with HackSlash, and definitely you should connect because we would be coming up with more such amazing events and more learning experiences. So for the future, and so you should connect with us, and That's all for today. I hope you have all have got more insights of the hackathon. If you have any more queries anytime during the hackathon, you can definitely ask us in your private channel or in the help channel on Discord, or even you can open a support ticket. So thanks for joining today. We are wrapping up the session. Thank you again.